Welcome everybody. Y'all ready for this? The Husser. My name is Steve Aramopoulos, and these are my co-hosts. I'm Talia. And I'm Tech Luciano. You may have heard me on radio, you may have never heard of me at all, but that's okay.
Y'all gonna learn today. Your whole life was a struggle, had to make it out the jungle. This is a show for you. Welcome to the hustle. Under pressure, never break a fold. Keep chasing your goals until you blow. Now, welcome to the hustle.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Hustle Podcast. And today it's a very, very special one. We got the main man in the building, DMS Battle Ring, DaMainSource, Feezy Da Main Man, One Time Records. What's going on, baby?
My man said One Time Records.
Nobody remembers that, eh?
That's how I know you're a real one. You feel me?
Thank you.
You got to go back like that. If you say One Time Records,
See, like I had to shout it out. A lot of people aren't familiar with One Time Records, but when Feezy was at the peak of his game back in the day, before the Battle Ring, before all that, this man was dropping bars, and a lot of people don't even realize that he used to rap, bro.
crazy.
So you gotta let them know. You know what I mean?
I went from Feezy Da Main Man to Feezy Da MainSource now. You feel me?
Exactly.
That's what it is.
The plug, still the plug, bro.
But I love it, though. I mean, I love it.
Well, thank you for being on the show, bro. I've been waiting a while for this. Before I invited you on the show, I wanted to get it to a point that I'm like, I can start inviting people from the city that are like at a certain position. You know what I mean? You invite somebody, like let's say the first episode, second episode, or the third. If I try to reach out to you, bro, and we got no viewers, we got nothing, chances are you'd be like,
How will you be surprised?
I got a precious hour over here. I don't really want to waste it. So I think the best way to go about it was build it up a bit and then reach out, especially now that we're sponsoring the battles. Hustle Podcast is in the building, DMS events, you know what I mean?
You already know.
So it's perfect timing, bro.
Most definitely.
Excellent.
But at the same time, what I mean is, bro, we all started somewhere, you feel me?
Yeah.
So even if you would have hit me up since time, I would have still came.
Look, the thing is, I'm not going to name him. I hit up a few people at the beginning, early stages. And for that reason alone that I mentioned, they did not come on the show.
Damn. You know?
So, you know what I mean? I'd rather just like fucking make sure instead of like shooting my shot and then totally wasting it. I'm like, bro, we at a point, bro, you know, we built it up. People are watching. Everybody's fucking with the Hustle Podcast.
To be honest, too, like, if I keep it real, for real, maybe I wouldn't have come. The reason why is because when I started the whole DMS thing, I wasn't even doing no interviews. All these podcasts and stuff, they invited me, but I never did them. Mm-hmm. They have this French podcast that's really bumping. You know, Rap Politique is called.
I saw you on that.
That was the first time I do the interview.
Right.
And trust me, they hit me up before they even started the show. Mm-hmm. And I never came. I just came now to the show, you feel me? Why? Is because since I started the movement, the whole artistry, Feezy thing, I try to put it behind me and really focus on the scene and the artists that I want to put on and stuff like that. So every time they're asking me for interviews, I knew I didn't really do much. Like I did much in the city for you to be interviewing me yet. Mm-hmm. Like give me a few years, let me build my whole platform and stuff like that. Then we can talk about it. You feel me? Because if I was to come, you were just going to talk about Feezy's career and my music and all that. And that wasn't the point. Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm like, you know, let me just tell him we'll make it happen, but in due time, you feel me?
I think that's a smart move, bro. Because a lot of people nowadays, like artists that are just coming up, they want to get an interview done. They want this, which is good for some artists because let's say your music's popping, you want people to get to know you a bit. That's great. But let's say that, like you said, I have no story to tell. Mm-hmm. I don't have much to. Can I sit down for an hour on a podcast and talk shit? Like
I could have,
you know,
but it wouldn't be as relevant.
Exactly, that too. So I think a lot of people have to be more strategic about if they want to do interviews and whether they should do it at what time. Because let's say you're an artist that's popping off, your what's it called? Your music's popping, and people want to hear you talk about your life story or anything. If you go on a podcast or you do one interview right away, that might pretty much like everything that you just spoke about is you can't speak about it again.
It's vice versa too, because in a way, I feel like it's different now, especially for new artists, because now there's so many artists. So I need to hear more than the music for me to really feel you type of thing. Yeah. So if I hear like you doing an interview, you're talking about a topic that I can relate to and I like your opinion on the topic, but I don't like your music, let's say, well, you still have a point for me in my books, type of thing. Because I like what you just said here. So if you drop a new track, I'm still gonna listen to it because I remember when you did that interview and you said some shit that I like. So that's why I still encourage new artists to still talk, and because nowadays it's different. Like you need to talk and be out there in terms of, that's how I feel like for artists. People need to follow your journey. They need to be part of your process, part of your journey and stuff like that. And with all the social media things, bro, you got all the tools for you to do that. You know what I mean? So why not doing it?
And I definitely agree with you on that. But also think about it. Like, let's say this guy's a really, really dope artist and everybody wants them to come on the show. Like, I have a couple of people that I've been trying to get that are really dope in the city and they've been making waves. But
drop names.
Nate Husser, we need you on the show, bro. I've been messaging, you know what I mean?
Yo, Nate, pull up.
So we got Nate Huss, we got Zach Zoya, we want to get on the show. And something that one person told me is like, dude, if they do decide to come on a show, regardless if it's yours or somebody else's show, that whole mystique of this person, like, because a lot of people, when they're behind the scenes, like they're making a lot of moves, but they're just not talking, you know what I mean? They're letting the work speak for themselves. They're like, as soon as he comes and does an interview, that mystique might be gone, you know what I mean?
I feel you, but at the same time, that's another message. Like, Montreal people, y'all got to do your research too, you feel me? Like Zach Zoya, I probably got the first interview of Zach Zoya ever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The man's was like, that was back in 2014. He was still in Rouyn-Noranda, Quebec. All my Quebec people, they know what time it is. And he was like, yeah, I'm starting to rap and all that shit. No. Throughout the years, I did like maybe 2 or 3 interviews with Zach. So he does interviews.
Yeah.
Maybe people didn't see him. That's one thing, maybe. But to say that they don't do interviews, I wouldn't say that.
No, like, yeah, definitely I'm not going to put Zach in that box.
Yeah, they do. Now, my man Nate,
I think I've seen one interview with Nate.
Yeah, but it was like a quick thing, you know what I mean? It wasn't really an interview. It was more like me pulling up to, he was doing this, the basketball tournament thing, so I pulled up there. But you can't really blame the artist for not wanting to do interviews too, bro, because a lot of people, sometimes they reserve and they don't want to talk, or they just like, I don't know, they don't like the spotlight, they don't like the cameras. Like, yo, bro, just listen to my music, judge me by my music, and I don't need to talk like that, or whatever the case is. Or sometimes it's like, bro, they got so much going on right now that it's hard for them to be like, okay, you know what, pull up and I'll do this little thing and go back. Like Nate is all the way in LA and stuff.
Right now,
So maybe you should catch him at the right moment too. It's a question of time too.
You know what I mean? Bring the
pull up to LA. That's it. I swear to God, if you pull up to LA, he's gonna do it, because now he's gonna see that you're actually moving too. You know what I mean? You really wanted that interview. You pull up to LA, you did it. So
look, the podcast is fresh, man. You know, it's only been a year and a half. You know what I mean? So. Like, I don't want people to get the impression that, oh, they never reached out before, because we weren't there before. You know what I mean? We're here now, and we want to give everybody their flowers. We want to shout out the people that are doing the work, and like from the events that I'm organizing and sponsoring the battles. It's literally, I want to put on for the city as much as I can.
That's it.
I want to give back. I already mentioned like how we're structuring the second event and the third event. Try to pay some of the artists that are on the bill. You know what I mean? Whatever ticket sales we get, we're going to subtract it and try to give everybody a cut. That way, you're working for it. Your art is making you money. You know what I mean? You're working for it.
Exactly.
Everybody gets put on shows for free. You know what I mean? Some people make money off the ticket sales and stuff like that.
But bro, putting on shows for free, ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, exactly. So
that's how we came up, man.
So now
you gotta get your stripes. No, let me just say my piece. You gotta get your stripes up, because a lot of artists think they're just making, bro, they've been dropping 2 or 3 videos and then they want to get paid X amount for a show. Bruh, you gotta see it this way. The promoter has to get a return of investment. That's what it is. Like, return of investment. Like, remember that word. So if you're bumping crazy in your head, that's one thing. But if you got physical people that actually pull up to your event, that's another thing. And that's the reason why you get booked for shows. So if you hot, you got like 50,000 streams. And nowadays we don't know if they're real or fake, because it's just crazy out there. But then we do a show and you can't even bring like 10 people. That's a loss for the promoter. You feel me? So it's hard for the promoter to be like, okay, look, I'm going to keep doing all those shows with artists that can't necessarily bring X amount of people for me to get my money back and my investment. And being in the game in Montreal, bro, we don't even we love the game so much that we don't even care necessarily about making profit. But at least getting the return back of all the investment that you did is the minimum that we trying to get, at least. You feel me?
Exactly that.
So when we get artists that don't get that concept because they think it's just all about like, they don't want me to perform or they don't want to book me. Nah, bro, it's not about that. It's more like, can you generate interest for at least, let's say, 10 people to show up to your show? And if you can't, then, bro, it's not even my issue. I think artists should really reevaluate everything because, bro, you need that fan base for you to grow at the end of the day. It's not even about a Montreal show, just on a long-term basis type of thing. You need to know your fan base. If you know you don't have a physical fan base, then work on it. Make sure people show up to your event because it's a must. You're never going to get booked if the promoter don't feel like you can bring people. Facts.
Yeah, definitely.
That's why people are like, yo, it's always the same people in Montreal that get booked. Yeah, of course, because for sure they know for a fact that they're going to bring a whole lot of people.
Yeah, if he booked you on a show once, bro, and you saw that he brought 50 guys,
you feel me?
I'm going to book him again.
So me, when I'm doing my events, the difference is I'm more focused on the up-and-coming artists. So when I see all these up-and-coming artists that are doing their things, and I know, like, okay, for a fact, I get a lot of requests like, yo, play this guy, stuff like that, or I see that he's productive, drops a lot of videos and stuff, music. I'm like, okay, you know what? I think like there's something going on and these guys can actually do something. They have a, how can I say? They have an audience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So let me give them the platform so they can do their thing. That's why I did the Still Outside and Back Outside events. I booked 5 artists that I feel like they could be up next in Montreal. So let me give them the platform, give them a nice little promo for the event. And each of them killed it.
Bro, that event.
Feel me? From the first one, the second one, crazy. Like they all killed it.
That first event was
Like,
Back
you know what I mean?
Outside, I think it was.
It was Back Outside right after COVID.
King K.
It was Back Outside was, yeah, it was 6 AKP, King K, Lucky Badness, La Rena,
Yeah.
Silla, and Joe Dolo, and I'm missing someone. No, that was the second one, Baddie. The first one was, shit. This guy gonna kill me, man. We Back Outside. Anyway, I'm gonna remember, man. I'm gonna shout you up.
No, they killed it, bro. They killed it. Loogie Badness, too. Like, everybody was singing along at one point to one of the songs, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Fucking vibe was there.
And that's
and no beefs, no nothing. Everything went down smooth, you know?
And that's the whole thing. And that's something that people need to understand too. As a promoter, when you do events, it's hard.
You're still looking at?
Yeah, I'm sorry. No, because I want to make sure, I do this shit properly. Because, hold on, let me see. So yeah, we had Silla, La Rena, Loogie Badness, King KLV, and Silo Capone. There you go, Silo Capone. So yeah, so as a promoter, you know what I mean, it's hard to control everything at the same time, but you have to. Yeah. You feel me? So when you book artists, you're trying to make them understand, at least, bro, it's an event. Me, I'm straight up telling them, first of all, when I do my events, I always make sure I know who got issues with who too, because I still have from the streets at the end of the day, so I know what time it is.
I made that mistake once.
You feel me? I will never make that. Bro, all them events we did at the DMS Battle Ring, it was full pack. All my niggas were, everybody was in the building. There was never any issue whatsoever. You feel me? Yeah. And trust me, you got people talking, I smack you with the strap.
Seriously, it's a battle rap.
There's no issues because people understand what time it is and they respect the movement. And I feel like this is something that promoters need to make sure they do when they book an event. Like, you can't just book an artist from this area, from none of this other area, and then you're surprised there's a fucking beef at your event.
Yeah.
You got to calculate all these things if you know what time it is. Like, you know what I mean? Do your research on who got issues with who, just to make sure we don't get that shit, because it's not good for the scene having all these.
I think the fact that, bro, you're the premier, you're like the only battle league in the city, you know what I mean? If they did something to disrespect your show, I don't think people would be able to live with it, bro, because trust me, like, you're putting on. And if people come out, they have a great time, they get to have exposure, see great battles and everything like that, and to come there and start
you always take one motherfucker that don't know what time it is, it just
Definitely.
pulls up and do some random drunk shit off the Annie, and then it's a wrap, because it's, but so far so good. I can't complain. Shout out to everybody.
And like you said, bro, they know what time it is.
That's
like if something pops off, there's probably going to be 10 guys that are going to take care of that dude, you know what I mean?
Hey, man, I got legit security. Shout out to the Belmont, always holding it down. So
shout out.
That's what it is, man. Yes.
So yeah, no, you make great points, bro. I can't wait to see how much further this Battle League keeps going, because how long has it been?
7 years now.
7 years, bro. I remember what was Jay Noir's, Jay True's battle. I forgot who he battled. You guys came to my restaurant after. I don't know if you remember that.
We went to eat.
Yeah, you came to the restaurant.
On
I had the restaurant.
No, Royal Park.
No, it was Park X.
Park X.
Yeah, so you guys came to the restaurant. That's when I had a restaurant back in the day, you know what I mean? And you're like, dude, it'd be great to do a battle over here. I'm like, yeah, dude, the only problem with doing a battle over here, I have cops that come in every single day and they just fucking ruin everything. So we never got that off the ground or anything.
And it's crazy because you're saying that, and I actually wrapped up a deal with another spot in Park X.
Which spot?
It was Maison Africa.
Oh, yeah.
The second spot thing.
And what happened?
You know what happened? You feel me? The spot was hot, but I never had any issues with my event. It's just that one day, homeboy told me, bro, we can't do anything anymore.
Exactly, bro.
But it's after that I understood that it was a hot joint and shit like that. You feel me? But that's just to say, we still made it happen. You feel me? I don't know why necessarily we didn't do the restaurant thing. But yes, the cop thing for sure it was but that was more back in the day, I feel like, you feel me? I feel like police now understands more about hip hop. They know a little bit more like, okay, this is the #1 genre of music in the world. My kids listening to it probably too, you feel me?
Well, 8 years ago, that's when, remember, you couldn't book any hip hop show.
Nothing.
The cops would go to the bars, they'd go to the clubs saying, oh, it's a hip hop show, you can't do it.
That's what I'm saying. So now it changed.
Yeah, like 2 bars that were letting us shoot, were letting us perform.
It's crazy.
So now things have changed a lot. The audience has...
The #1 artist in Quebec
Enima
is the one that they hate on the most. It's crazy like that. You feel me? And I'm talking about the whole medias and stuff that are not covering what he's doing now because of his maybe personal issues that he have. But even that, it's not even a point. He's still an artist. Like 50 Cent and all these artists, they all got some criminal records or whatever the case is. But when it comes to hip hop, and they don't care about that. Yeah. Like they're saying, the Snoop Dogg came to Montreal with the mayor. He had a whole lot of fun, took pictures and stuff like that. Snoop Dogg had a murder was the case, if you know his story, all of that, you feel me? But someone like my man Enima, let's say, that has issues with the law, which is one thing. But in terms of the music, he's been like the most successful artist.
He just signed a deal with the Capitol.
That's what I'm saying. There's nothing, no coverage, but it is what it is, you know. Me, my books, I'm pretty sure this whole issue is going to be fixed, even with the whole situation with hopefully. Yeah. So we can see the man comes back to Canada. Yeah. And then if everything is fixed, let's say everything is fixed with the law and everything, he can come back and do his shows. I guarantee you, the first news you're going to say is, Le Québécois Enima. They're going to use the word Québécois in front of it, like really to emphasize the fact that he's from Quebec and made
and once you make it.
Because I feel like it's a lot of times like the key word always comes out when you make really positive moves. So when it's negative, it makes sense in a way too. You know, when it's negative, you're not really trying to put light to it, but when it's positive, you're going to put light to it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. Shout out to him, though. Makes a big move. Big deal. Capitol record, the biggest move ever in French rap in Quebec.
You've been supporting him, too, from the beginning, bro. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, the music is crazy, you know, supporting all the music he's been doing. I don't know about the personal life, but all the music stuff, for sure we supporting it because the fans and the city really love it. So yeah. That's what we do here, you know what I mean?
And it's crazy to see that, bro, the guy's in France. The guy's in France and he's still dominating from there, you know what I mean? I'm just dropping shit. Everybody in Montreal is going crazy, you know what I mean? And he's still dominating the airwaves. I think, which one was the first one that he dropped when he was on the run? Something in Lazie or whatever.
I forgot the name of the song.
He's on a boat, he's eating fish. Yeah, come on, bro.
This is hip-hop at the end of the day. You know, people like this type of entertainment in hip-hop, so he knows how to play his cards more than anything.
Like, even that, I think it was at the beginning of the clip, the intro, you hear the news reports and everything. Bro, right there, as soon as you have those type of news reports, you get put into the limelight of like, bro, this guy's for real. It's the same shit that's going on in the States. You know what I mean? That's what we want to see, the action, you know?
They call him the DZ d'Amérique. In other words, it's like the Arab from America. And that's a fact, you feel me? Yeah. In France, it's like, for them, they look up to, they see Canada really like we're from America because it's
right next door,
continent and what it is. And like, we're not faking in our swag. This is how it is for real. We're like that. Yeah. So when we bring that swag over there for them, they like it. You know what I mean? So that's why my man was able to really make a noise over there too. Cause it's real. He keeps it real, and he raps from Montreal.
Mm-hmm. And he's got the cosigns, Booba, a lot of big artists. I want to see what happens in France now. If he can like do a takeover over there, you know what I mean? That'd be crazy to see.
Most definitely.
So we'll see what happens with Enima. Like, shout out on all the great accomplishments.
Sure.
Looking forward to the future. Let's talk about Feezy for a second, though. Bro, we're going to talk about how we got into DMS Battle Ring and DaMainSource. We got to talk about one time, though. Like, when did Feezy decide, bro, I'm going to get into the rap game? Was it like you always had that passion for making music, or was it like you saw somebody on TV one day, you saw 50 Cent, bro, rocking the stage, and you're like, dude, I want to get on it, you know?
The sound wasn't even wasn't even rap. No, he was probably rapping, but he wasn't even out there because I started way back. Me, my inspiration in music for real is more like it's crazy because I liked everything. I was a Mace fan, the same way I was a Tupac fan, the same way I was a Cash Money fan. But I can't tell you exactly when I decided to make music, because music always ran in my family. My sister was singing and all that, and I was rapping all those, those songs on TV, rap along and all that. So I started off like that, doing a few talent shows, and yeah, man, slowly it grew, and then I'm like, I think this is something I can do for real. And I started making music, few songs here and there, projects, and then the rest is history. Now, for the one-time thing, it was different because I was more like a solo artist. So it was the first time that I was building actual clique. It's basically different artists from all over the city, France first, of course. And we decided to just make a whole collective. Let's make music. Let's get in the studio and do a project. So we started off with a project, and then everybody loved it. We did videos. We started doing shows all over the city. Shit was dope, man. You know what I mean? That gave me really back in the day it was different, man. I felt like since there's no social media like that too, the interaction was more real because you get to see the people and feel the people. We were downtown passing like flyers and stuff like that, giving flyers to people. That was real. Like, you know what I mean? You see a shorty, that's the trick. You know what I mean? Oh, and I remember back in the day, every time we used to see people, it's like, oh, yo, there's a lot of girls downtown right now. Yeah, for real, man. Yo, go talk to her. Oh, here's a flyer, man. Go give her a flyer. So, yo, here's a flyer from my people one time. So, yo, what's your name? So at the same time, you know, it was good. It's interaction. People get the flyer, and it was everywhere. So it's beautiful, man. That's what I miss, and I feel like it's missing a little bit more now in 2022, you know what I mean? That interaction, that human interaction.
The rise of social media has totally changed everything that we used to do back in the day.
And it was more like a reality check too, you feel me? Like you could tell if someone fucks with your music or not. It's not like a fire emoji, but you don't even know if it's real or not.
And you got like 30 comments, all fire emojis.
Type of shit. It's like, come on, man.
Bro, give me a couple of words. Tell me.
You know what I mean?
Give me
No
a
words.
sentence.
Like,
give me a sentence.
It's not as real as it was back then.
Yeah, come on, bro. You don't have fucking random people walking up to you on the street.
Type of shit.
Fire emoji.
You feel me? Back then it was like, yo, bro, I heard your tape, and it was like, and so you really felt the energy. So yeah, man, that's pretty much it in terms of me starting up with music and doing the one-time thing.
Okay, so you were doing the music, bro. You started one time. I remember St. Lo was buzzing and shit like that.
St. Lo 6'4", yep.
Orange on almost all the stuff that I used to see back in the day.
That's the colors right here, man.
But when did you decide to like take a back seat for the music? And you're like, you know what, bro? I want to build something else right now. Like, because from the sounds of it, bro, you always had that boss mentality, starting cliques, you know what I mean? So it was only a matter of time that you got into this. Did you see like the need for a battle scene or something?
Most definitely. Well, first off, for the whole Feezy one-time thing, I'm just saying I'm really fast-forwarding everything because I would have to do a whole episode for this shit, to be honest, because I did over 12 mixtape, 25 videos, my whole clique. Shout out G-Max, Silverback, Prince, Mako, Prince, my man Tyson Ty, my man Push, shout out Speedy, all of them. Like, I could go on and on. All these people played major parts in what I did, and I did so many moves. I did an anthem for Jean Pascal, the boxer.
Yeah, I remember
shout out BU. Like, there's so many things I could go into, but I know time is limited, so I'm just trying to focus more on the main source for now.
Yeah.
So, to answer your question, basically, I felt like from 2012 to 2015, was nothing happening in Montreal, bro. Like, I felt like it was dead. There was no media platforms. Nobody was really doing something like different or inspiring. I felt like everybody was kind of like all over the place doing their thing here, there, east, west. So I'm like, bro, even for myself as an artist, if I'm trying to drop something, it's not looking good. Like, I don't have I don't feel like there's a certain platform that can reunite everybody and give me the exposure I would need. That's when I'm like, bro, let me see what's happening in the States, of course, because it's a blueprint. You know what I mean? This is where it all started from. And this is when they had the whole Breakfast Club and all these things popping and shit like that. So I'm like, we need a Breakfast Club type of thing in Montreal. So I started with the DMS radio show. That was back in 2014.
Yeah.
Radio Centre-Ville, 102.3 FM. We had the radio show. We started bringing all the cameras, interviewing people. And one thing that's funny is I have one artist that I think you're going to have on the show too, my man M City Solo.
Yeah.
I was interviewing him. I got a new interview with him that's already out right now. But when I did my Googles, I realized it was one of the first artists we interviewed on the DMS show, like 6-7 years back. Type of shit. You feel me? So yeah, shout out to my man Solo for that.
Everything comes full circle, bro.
Yeah, I'm saying, no, facts.
In the building, same time.
And I was like, that's when I even realized, I'm like, oh, damn. So I already asked you that question 7 years ago. God damn, okay. But yeah, that was dope, man. So just coming up, 2014, starting the radio show, inviting artists, filming the whole content. And in Montreal, it was like a premiere. Like, we didn't really have like a radio show where you could actually see the visuals. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like the actual footage and stuff and talking and freestyles live on the radio.
We had K103 that you'd have to call in at midnight,
That's what
right?
I'm saying. And you have to stay on the phone and make sure you wait for your turn so you can just jump in and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then you're off beat because you're on the radio and you don't know it.
Always off beat.
You feel me? So yeah, me bringing that vibe, I felt like the city really needed it, and I could tell just by the whole feedback I was getting from everybody. Like, people were loving it. And me being French and me being English from the West too, I know both sides, and feel me? And I feel like in Montreal, that's the key. I always said that, like, if you're able to, you know what I mean, be able to, you fuck with the people from the East, from the West, and you can balance the two, good. That's how I always felt like in Montreal, because it's always like, it's too French or it's too English or whatever the case is. It's always an issue like that. So if you're right in the middle, you're good. So that was my whole plan when it comes to DMS. I'm like, you know what? I'm really going to be the guy that's going to bridge the two worlds together. If I do a battle league, it's going to be French and English. My radio interviews, I'm going to interview English and French artists too. You feel me? But for sure, I'm always more on the English side because this is where I grew up. You know what I mean? But, you know, you got to bring in the French too. So in general, in terms of DMS, if I had to give, how can I say, a brief summary of what we're trying to do is really that, is bridging the gap in Montreal, making sure artists from both sides get the exposure. Because, bro, people from the East, trust me, they listen to English artists too. You know? It's not because they speak French that they don't listen. Sure. They listen to Drake and all these artists too. So you just have to find a way to make a way over there, and then you good money. That's how I see it. You feel me?
That's a smart way to think about it. Like, when artists have been, it's called putting on for the city, bro, and whether it's French or English, doesn't matter. Like, bridging that gap is going to help make the city become bigger, and everybody moves forward at the same time, you know? And
everybody does it. Like I'm saying, like, even my man Nate Husser, let's say, that's what I was saying. He did a song with Fouki. You know what I mean? Fouki is one of the top French artists in Quebec. So maybe being from the English side, maybe you don't know about that song because he's a French artist. But on the French side, they got to know my man Nate because they follow Fouki more than Nate, type of thing. You feel me?
Yeah.
So he still did that collaboration, which I feel like is a must for artists. You need to collaborate with the French and English artists if you're from Montreal. In my books, like, you need to do at least one joint, like, because Montreal is French and English, like, just get the whole flavor, man. You know what I mean? That's what we do. So shout out to Nate for that, because that was a dope move in my books.
No, that's, bro, utilizing both languages, you're going to hit both fan bases.
That's it.
It makes so much sense. Okay, maybe it might be hard for that song to pop off in the States because there's a French guy on it.
Yeah, but what I'm talking
You're not
about,
trying to pop in the States, right?
but
You're
it's
trying
more
to
for
pop here,
artists
bro.
that I'm saying that I'm trying to make sure I lock down Montreal. I'm trying to make sure Montreal knows me before I go in another city. A lot of people think like that. They want to lock down the city first and shit like that. But if you want to lock down the city, you got to communicate and collaborate with the artists.
Yeah.
Even from the French side, it's a must. You can't just be like only on the English side or only on the French side and thinking you're locking down the whole city. The French side, maybe, because there are way more French people in Montreal, you know what I mean? But the English side, I feel like it's a reality that they need to adapt to. Now, maybe not if you think like you blew up in the States and then, you know what I mean? You good money, you made noise, you made your money, you got your, whatever, the fan base you want to get, but still, people from the East are probably not listening to your music. Now, if you care or not, that's another discussion. But if you want to lock down the city, you got to reach out to them, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You guys listen to what Feezy's saying.
It's a fact, though.
Yeah, it's facts,
like,
bro.
my man Nate is killing it, but I know a lot of people from the East that don't know my man Nate. And to me, when I'm talking to them, I'm like, yo, listen to Nate. Nate who? Bro, you don't know Nate Husser?
But that's the thing, bro, because like
It's the East. They don't know the man. And it's not even about that. It's just that he maybe didn't connect with them enough for them to know his music.
Like,
you know what I mean?
I want to know how much he's popping in LA, because he's always in LA, right? And we saw that, I think it was Jake Paul after his fight. He's playing one of Nate Huss's songs, you know?
Fire.
So when you have people like Jake Paul listening to the music out there, how many other people are fucking with the music? You're at the Spotify party. You're at a party for Spotify. This guy is definitely, his audience is growing every single day. So the fact that you said there's like the French side over here that aren't familiar with
He
him.
don't care.
Yeah.
He probably don't care like that. You know what I mean? But like I'm saying again, the fact that he still did that collaboration with Homeboy, it still shows that he's still trying to connect with the French and tell him like, bro, like I'm still the
he's
one
doing
when
the
it
right
comes to
thing.
that English
He's
shit.
doing the right thing.
And to me, I felt like it's a move that I respected. Like, yeah, shout out to him for doing that.
And let's
I
say-
wasn't even expecting it.
And let's say he pops off, bro, like blows up tomorrow, you know what I mean? Every French person in this city is gonna, oh, Nate.
Oh, I remember him from that
remember
track or
Nate
whatever.
for-
So it's even
yeah,
it's
come on.
even better. It's extra extra
exactly.
fans for you.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. You know what I mean?
Okay, so you started the DMS, bro. You modeled it like Breakfast Club. You needed something to give back to the city.
The radio show was
radio
first.
show.
Yeah. Then my love for battle rap came.
Was it like watching Smack URL or KOTD or something
Since
like that?
Back in like grind time.
Grind
I'm
time.
a real battle rap fan. Like,
And one day you just woke up and you're like, bro,
it's not
Montreal.
even just woke up. It's just the fact that DMS was in terms of the radio show and all that was bumping. I'm like, okay, cool. So let me bring something in more, contribute to the scene. And battle rap is one thing that I love for real. And shout out to Word Up because they're doing the thing in French. And I saw that the whole league thing was popping already. So I'm like, you know, for sure in English, I got artists in Montreal that can do that thing easy. And that's when I met my man, the Golden Boy.
Rome, we got
Shout out to my man Chrome, you feel me? Still killing it till this day. And the rest was history, bro. We brought DNA, Big D, Matt Hoffa, Bonnie Godiva, JC, Franchise, and so many others. And those are like the top.
Yeah.
You feel me? It's crazy because Montreal don't understand that. I keep saying that. You guys don't get that. I brought the Jay-Z's, the Futures, whatever you people think is the GOAT in hip-hop. I brought them in terms of battle rap. Like real facts. Matt Hoffa, DNA in Montreal, though.
Come on, bro.
That's crazy. Matt Hoffa got one of the biggest podcasts right now
podcasts
at
every
this
day,
point.
bro.
Like, you feel me? DNA right now is winning 50, 60K on the BET Awards, is still doing his thing. Like, trust me, the city just didn't get it. Like, but it's all good. Ooh, the best is yet to come. Y'all gonna get it. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Most def. Show.
So we have a slew of fucking all-star battle rappers making an appearance on DMS. Like I said, bro, it's always been growing. The events just keep getting better and better. The matchups keep getting better and better. So to see it, what it is today, I'm super happy for it. Because I remember I was there like maybe the first year, bro. It popped off, you know what I mean? I remember I was in that crowd. So to see it like grow to what it is today, do you ever wake up in the morning, bro, and you're like, dude, I built this thing that's been going on for like 10 years now.
I did, but at the same time, to me,
Yeah, still stay humble, you know what I mean? Don't like, oh yeah.
bro, this is the whole thing for me. I'm never satisfied with the achievements. You feel me? I felt like it's something that's needed. Okay, cool. I did that. Now what's next?
Yeah.
Because, bro, the game is moving so fast. You always need to be productive and do something else. You can't just sit back on an achievement and then laid back. Okay, I did that. All right, cool.
No, definitely. So what's
Gotta
next
keep
for Feezy?
Hey, 2023, man. I can't talk, man. Just stay tuned, man. People know by now at this point, DMS, we don't stop. You feel me? Bro, since 2014, we stay consistent. We keep bringing events and all that. So it's just going to be more and more and more events for sure. Artists, of course, if you need promotion, you already know we the ones. Shout out to all the new followers now. We pushing more than 40,000 followers now on Instagram. That's really dope. We got a lot of content, new interviews dropping. I have this new podcast called the DMS Show Uncut. So it's basically the uncut version of the radio show where I could really talk my shit, you know what I mean? And ask you those real questions like your album is whack, why? And then you got to tell me why, you feel me? I'm trying to go in like that. So we did Salimo, that's one of the French artists that's bumping. We did, like I said, my man M City Solo for sure. It's out right now. We did King KLV. And yeah, man, we're about to do the Hustle podcast pretty soon too. You feel me?
Definitely, bro. Definitely. I got some funny stories. I got some
That's it, man.
some shit to tell.
You gotta explain to people why they're mad at you for voting for basics.
Oh,
People are mad. People hit me up like, yo, Feezy, man, VIP got this one, man. Like, what happened with the judging?
Look.
So talk to the people, man. And by the way, let me just say one thing.
There's no bias over here.
There's no bias. I just told these guys,
VIP
like,
longer than I know basics.
so talk that.
So
man.
I know VIP. You're
trying to know.
Days. D-Krats, what up? So I know VIP for a long time, but I was there. I had one beer that night. I had one beer. I'm like, yo, I gotta be on my A game. I gotta be on my A game because I don't want anybody to think this guy judged the battle wrong.
Okay,
I don't want them to think he's biased because Basics is performing at our show the day after.
And you know what's crazy? When I saw that footage, I'm like, shit. Basics perform. I thought this shit was biased. To be honest, I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, okay, man, maybe I shouldn't have picked two of the same people for judging because I felt like, I'm not gonna lie, I felt like you guys were biased a little bit.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Plus,
bro.
Basics out here performing next day. I'm like, okay, so that's what it was.
No, look, and like I said, like I was just there, bro. My ears were trained on the battle. You know what I mean? I'm listening, and the way that Basics started it, he came out fucking like a hungry dog, bro.
Did
That right there scores a point for me. Why? Because you came out with the intensity. You came out with the ferocity. You know what I mean? There you go. He had some great fucking setups that he was doing.
He did.
I love that. The only thing that I didn't mention on the stage, but I forgot afterwards, I'm like, way too long. Trim your shit down a minute. You know what I mean? You went a little too long, bro. Like when you finished that 3-minute mark or whatever, that was perfect.
Because Basics raps like that.
So like when you finish at that point, you were perfect. You know what I mean? By dragging it on a little longer, it's like, bro, all that great stuff, like you sort of like deflated it a bit because it's just too long. VIP, look, VIP, last time I saw him was, I think it was the Crazy Ace battle or
No, it was Napalm Sean.
Napalm Sean.
Yeah.
Who won that battle? I can't remember.
Napalm.
That was a fucking intense, but I had VIP on that battle, bro. The way he was coming with the intenseness and everything, just sheer energy and everything like that. He had some great gun bars. Also, it feels like sometimes, because it's always the gun bars, right? Gun bars. It becomes a little predictable.
So you like jokey joke bars.
His jokes were funny.
You're a King of the Dot guy.
But
or Smack guy.
But
more.
even VIP, he had a couple.
No, I'm asking you, are you King of the Dot or Smack more type of bat?
Honestly, like more King of the Dot, just because Smack, bro, I feel like it's just not the.
It's just not what?
It's just not structured well in this. Like maybe it's the audio. Maybe it's the audio or something. You know what I mean? Maybe it's the fact that there's like 30 people on the stage and I don't know what it is.
Because he's black. That's why, guys. He just don't want to say it. I'm playing.
So we got that. Where was I though with VIP? He had some funny ones, bro. He had some funny ones that made me laugh. I was like in the back, I was laughing. You know what I mean? But everything else that I'm hearing, it felt like the predictable gun bar shit. Like, oh, my gun's so long.
Well, it's battle rap though.
Definitely, but I've heard you say like something similar to that last battle. You know what I mean? Or like, bro, you've been battling 10 plus years.
But I got a gun so big, you're gonna hear that maybe in every single battle.
Every single battle.
Everybody's gonna say that because that's the whole point. You're waiting for that bar because you want to know why is it so big. And you got to come up with something so creative. And to me, VIP saying, I got to lift it with your ego, that was hard.
That one was hard. Yeah, I like that. That was a hard bar. That was a hard bar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if we're gonna weigh it out, bro, like I said, no bias. At the end of the day, you got end of the week triple champ. You know what I mean? The guy's a end of the week triple champ for a reason, bro. Because you can go out there and like.
But it has nothing to do with battle rap, though.
No, but even his skills, because there's even the freestyle segments of that, right?
For sure.
So just having that what's it called? That skill set and being able to go on stage and fucking bring that confidence. It felt like I was at a show the way he came out. You know what I mean? So right there, bro, he got the points on that. Bars, also the intricacy of the bars. I got to give it to Basics a bit. Why? Because Basics, bro, he just makes you rethink that bar you just said. You're like, oh, what? Did he just say that? I think it was something about Elon Musk, or I don't know what the hell he said, bro, but there was something that was super dope, and I fucking thought about it. I'm like, oh, that was dope.
Now, my thing is, first of all, I want to give a big shout out to Basics, because at the end of the day, I'm really proud of him. Yeah, because Basics know how much we've been talking about battling and skipping me a few events and all that. Then he did his first thing at the District Festival. He did good. And then that one was for me like the official one. Like I wanted to see what he was going to do. So when I seen the stage presence and all that, A1, like he killed it.
Yeah.
The bars, he killed it and all that. So that's why I'm like, I can see a big future when it comes to the battle shit for Basics. And I feel like it's good for him too to gravitate towards the battle world. Like we all know when it comes to the end of the week thing, yeah, you can freestyle your ass off. You killing it already, bro. You world champ. We know that. But me being like someone that's, let's say, a Basic fan for real, because I've seen you, what you're doing, I love to see you doing something else. And battle rap, that's like, it's matching with the whole end of the week thing. You feel me?
Definitely.
And the fact that you did good with your first battle like that, trust me.
I didn't even know it was his first battle like that.
Yeah, it was first official battle. Yeah. The first one, like official, real battle shit. You feel me? Yeah. So that was dope. But I edited the footage and I was able to watch the footage again. And then I was like, yeah, I'm playing, man. I ain't gonna say shit. My bad.
So what? You're gonna keep it? You're not gonna say nothing? Who do you think won, bro?
Live.
Don't make me feel like a fucking piece of shit.
Let me tell you something. I give it to, like, on the spot, I had to give it to Basics. Why? Is, first of all, this thing. Me, I don't even pay attention to the battle like that. By the way, I'm just saying, that's why it's hard for me to judge a battle when I say, like, I give it to him or him. Because that's why I never even give my opinion at the events. Because if you notice in the footage, a lot of time I'm on my phone. I got 10,000 things to deal with. I'm thinking about the next battle. The guy saying, yo, bro, I can't come. Like, what?
Yeah.
So trust me, I'm zoning out. I'm not even listening to the bars. Or I got, yo, come to the front door. There's an issue or or this. So, bro, like, it's hard for me to focus and really be able to give the battle to someone. So that's why whenever I'm saying, yeah, you won, or yeah, you won, it's like really me based on what I heard. Yeah. Not even the real battle. But when I sit back home and I'm editing the whole battle bar for bar, then I'm just stopping. It's different.
Exactly.
You feel me? But at the same time, you can't really judge a battle like that too, because the whole stage presence, charisma you have on stage live plays a lot too. So it's not about the bar, the whole. So it's hard to judge a battle, man.
It's the reaction from the crowd. It's the way you're delivering it.
Like there's a lot of factors that come into play.
It's not just the bars. And people have to realize that. And I mentioned it, bro. Like when I judged that battle, very tough, bro. These guys both did their thing. Slightly got to give it to the other guy. You know what I mean?
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. You feel me? That's the whole point where we are judging. Everybody.
Yo, VIP's gonna find me, bro. He's gonna he's gonna wait for me to walk down a dark alley or some shit, bro.
So you read the manual. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the manual.
Shout out VIP. Shout out Basics, man. Real shit. For real.
Dope. Do we have the next event being planned right now, bro? Like, are we going?
Well, the next event I'm actually officially part of is Tony Yayo.
Yeah, we got that Tony Yayo
at the Belmont. That's February 12th, Sunday. Make sure you get your tickets, man. You know what I mean? It's gonna be lit. Now I'm cooking something for February 2. I will announce it soon. But for now, make sure you go get the video on demand. Every battle are out right now. We got 4 battles for you guys. VIP Basics is out if you want to go check it out. So just hit up the DaMainSource page and you'll see the link. You know what I mean?
Go check out that battle fire. Drop a comment. Drop a comment in the link. just so we know who actually won that battle. You know what I mean? I don't want to be the one left holding the bag about making a wrong call or anything.
No, it's not about
Hey, yo,
making
text
a wrong
not here
call,
either, bro. Text the one that
Like,
made the same
again,
call.
just to make sure I get my point across the right way. Like, it's not about making the wrong call, bro. First of all, you're judging. Everybody entitled to their opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
It is what it is. Number two, they both did good. Shout out Basic, shout out VIP. Battle rap is like, it's subjective, you feel me? You don't have, it's not because you said that he won, so he won. Like,
yeah.
it's all fun and games, you know what I mean?
Like, I think there's some battles that you guys do that there's no judges. It's just crowd reaction.
Most of them
right?
are not judges. Even the crowd reaction is just me
Exactly.
to have people interaction during the events, but we don't really consider these things, you feel me? Only when it's really like, there's money on the line type of thing. Because VIP...
Was there money on the line that night, or?
But it was me giving me money, a cash prize to the winner.
Because I know VIP likes to bet.
Oh, for sure. There wasn't. And Basic said no, by the way.
Okay.
And VIP said 1,000. So Basic, man, you could have made a rack.
Well,
that's crazy.
Anyways, they both did their thing. He could have made a rack. He didn't. VIP, there's always the next one, bro. I know he's going to keep killing it.
Of course.
Like I said, there's no bias on it. Everybody did their thing. Everybody that night did their thing, bro. Even the French battle, like my French is terrible, bro, but John Allaire, whatever his last name, bro. This guy, he came in with that swag and everything, bro. He reminded me of Scott Storch or something.
Somebody even wrote that in the comment. Is it Scott Storch? Shout out to him, man. That's one of my number one gunners when it comes to the French shit. He goes hard, man.
Nope. So we got the Tony Ayo show. Looking forward to that. We're nearing that time of the day, bro, because everything was super late today. You know, people came in a little late. Camera setup was late.
You got a superstar right after me too.
Yeah, we got somebody very special right next. You know what I mean? So
I dropped a fire project, man, and I'm bumping.
But before we get out of here, bro, you got to pick up that gem.
Okay.
See that gem in the middle of the table? You pick it up.
Oh, my bad.
You drop a gem for the people, bro. Drop some words of wisdom to the people. Yeah, don't do that. But drop some words of wisdom for the people. Let them know how they can hustle and grow a business. Maybe create the next battle rap league in Montreal or something. You know what I mean?
Well, my number one thing would be networking. That's what I would say. Now, maybe it could be vague or it could be like, we hear that all the time. But for real, networking is everything. Swear to God. Because there's so many people that I was around when I was coming up, but I never really networked with them in order to build something, or even like if I need an extra hand for doing something. Like, it's hard. I mean, it's easy to feel like, oh, okay, I could do it all by myself. But when you get to a certain point or a certain level, that's when you realize like it's teamwork. You need a team. You need people to be part of your movement, part of your journey. Like I'm saying, every artist need a promoter. Eventually you would need a producer and stuff like that. So it would be networking. If you're a brand new artist coming up in the game, you don't have nobody in your circle, you don't know where to go, then network. Go to events, meet new people, release parties, studios, and all that shit. That will help you a lot, because it helped me a lot. You know what I mean? So everybody in the team that I'm working with right now, I want to give a big shout out to them, because we all met through networking, by the way. You know what I mean? So that would be my gem of the day. Make sure you network. You know what I mean? Don't feel stuck up. Don't feel like you're better than someone else, because we all trying to get to the same level, which is success. So yeah, man. Network defines your net worth. That's what they say, right? So go get it.
That's a fucking great gem. Teamwork makes the dream work. Definitely. Tell the people where we can find DMS, where we can find Feezy, the main source.
Yes. So it's at DaMainSource, everything. Now it's DaMainSource, everything. Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, linked. Fucking everything you want to mention. Make sure you just hit up at DaMainSource. We got the radio show every Thursday night, 102.3 FM, 11:55 p.m. Make sure you tune in. DMS Battle Ring, you already know. We drop in the hottest battles of the city. And yeah, man, it's your boy Feezy Da Main Man. I'm doing this for the city, and I'm going to keep doing it. The best is yet to come. Let's get it.
Love that. Love that. Follow DMS Battle Ring. Follow all those links, bro. Trust me, you're not going to be disappointed. Go to one of the battles, too. Buy a ticket. Go support. You know what I mean?
That's it, man. Nothing.
And shout out to my boy DJ Flip.
Hey.
Known this guy since I was
Most
a
def.
baby, bro.
The number one DJ in Montreal, man. Y'all ain't know, but y'all finna know. 2023, we coming. You dig?
All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching another episode of the Hustle Podcast. We out.
Okay.
Oh, wait. We're not out. We're not
Not
out.
out, by the way.
Not out.
Yeah. I came here today because I thought my man Tech was gonna be there and Talia. So I brought you guys a little gift here. That's 3 gift cards. One of my sponsors. Shout out to my man Bodo Lunettes. So make sure you pull up to my man Bodo. Y'all got like a $50 off brand new pair of shades.
Eye Religion.
Make sure you pull up
Bodo
Eye Religion.
Lunettes.
You know what it is, man.
Thank you very much for this.
Shout out to you too, man. I wish we had a conversation. I have questions for my man Tech because I know he's been in the game, but I catch you next time.
Don't worry, bro.
man.
We have another little show that we do over there.
Okay.
On the couches. That's like more shoot the shit. You know what I mean?
That's what's
so
up.
we did all the formal stuff. We talked about the battle. Next time you come, bro, I'm gonna ask you some what's it called? Some viral shit.
I'll bring the Bombay next time.
Bring the Bombay and we're gonna get lit. All right.
Welcome everybody.
We out.
The Hustle. My name is Steve Armopoulos, and these are my co-hosts. And I'm Tech Luciano. You may have heard me on radio. You may have never heard of me at all, but that's okay.
Y'all gon' learn today. Your whole life was a struggle, had to make it out the jungle. This is a show for you. Welcome to the hustle. Under pressure, never break a fold. Keep chasing your goals until you blow. Now, welcome to the hustle.
Get well introduced to all 3 of us. Y'all ready for this?
You are now tuning in to the Hustle Podcast.